Good morning, my dear students. So, I welcome you all for today's computer class. And today I'll be dealing with another topic, that is scope of variables. So, my dear students, in today's class, we'll be dealing with the different types of variables that will be used there in the Java programming. So, the region where a variable can be accessed, means used, is called the scope of the variable. That means the region where the variable will be used, okay, there in the programming, is called as scope of variable, and up to when a variable lives and can be accessed is called the lifetime of a variable. So up to what particular situation the variable will be used, that is considered as the lifetime of variable. So there are two different definitions given out here. You have to learn this. Okay, what is a scope of the variable and what is the lifetime of a variable? These are the two definitions that you have to remember for the scope of variables. Now the variables are classified on the basis of their scope as follows. So we can classify the variables, okay, according to the scope of those variables there in a programming section. So there are altogether three different types of variables that we are going to study in today's class. So the first one is called as local variables, second is called as parameter variables, and third one is called as instance variables. So let us start with the first kind of variables, which is called as local variables. So local variables are those variables that are defined within a method or a block and assessed only within the particular methods is called as local variables. So what is the local variables there in a programming are, these are the variables which will be defined within a method. That means there in the programming portion, after defining a class, the next step is to define a method. These are the things that we have studied in previous class as well. All right, so after defining a method, whatever variable we include inside the curly braces or inside a block of a method, that particular variable is considered as local variables. Okay, now hence two local variables can exist within the same name. That means with the same name, two variables can exist there in the Java programming. That is called as, those kind of variables are called as local variables. Now the second kind of variable is called as parameter variables. Parameter variables are those variables which can be assessed means used, okay, by the methods where the parameter appears. So we have learned about the methods, isn't it? So there in the method, if you find any sort of values inside the parameter list, those kind of variable is considered as parameter variable. So the method which possesses the parameters there in the same statement or there in the method prototype and which can be assessed there in the method block is called as parameter variables. So I'd like to explain this portion with the help of the example. So I have defined a class name, that is capital A, and the next step is to define a method. So public void add is written, and inside bracket what you can find is intx and inty written. So this is a method prototype. So this portion is called as method signature. We have learned in previous classes, if you remember. So this parameter will be assessed there in the programming portion or there in the method portion. So this is called as parameter variables. Okay, these variables, whatever is given inside the list, is called as parameter variables. So whatever will be given inside the curly braces of the method, that is called as a block, that this curly braces forms a block. So inside which the computation or the calculation portion can be seen out here. int z equals to x plus y system.out.println z. Now after closing the curly braces, again some variable has been mentioned outside the curly braces also, add a comma b. So these are considered as what kind of argument or variable? Actual argument, or we can call as actual parameter. So you just have to remember one thing from this particular portion, that is parameter variable. The variable that is given there in the the method prototype which can be assessed during the program time is called as parameter variable. Now let us move to the third kind of variable, which is called as instance variable. So it refers to data members of an object in a class. So instance variable refers to data members of an object in a class. In case of instance variables, okay, understand the thing properly. In case of instance variables, separate memory will be allocated to each object. Separate memory. If you find the word separate memory will be allocated, so that means we have to create a new object there inside a class, okay, inside the programming portion. So this can be used through object reference. That means instance variable will be used there in the programming after allocating a memory there in a program segment, okay. Then only the variable whatever is there will be passed there in the programming portion, okay. So example is given out here. Class, and name of a class is capital A, and the variable that is given here is int x, int y, and public static void main string args is written. So this is the main method, and the topic that we have learned in yesterday's class, if you remember, okay, that is invoking a method. So user defined method has been classified into two different types. The first one is static method and non-static. So with after seeing this particular statement, you can easily differentiate between the kind of method that is used here in this particular portion, okay. So what kind of method has been used is static method, where static keyword or the modifier will be used, okay. Remember this one. Now this method will be assessed by creating an object. So like here, aob1 equals to new a. So this is the statement that we have learned while creating an object, isn't it? So there are two memory allocated. One is ob1, another object name is ob2 equals to new a. So this is how you have to create an object. So for this one, now instance of an object ob1 and ob2, okay, with the help of this one the memory is allocated, okay. With the help of this one, memory has been created. Now in this memory, what has to be done is we have to store the values, like ob1.x. there in this portion the value has been stored, that is 10. Likewise for y, the value has been stored, that is 20. So ob2 and ob2, again x, y, again the value. After changing the value, the same kind of int values has been stored out here. That means what you have to remember from this particular instance variable is, now whenever we are dealing with this instance variable there in a programming, the first thing that you have to remember is you have to create a new memory, or you have to allocate a new memory there in a programming, and after that only the values will be stored as shown here in this particular example, okay. So this is stored after creating a new memory, okay. How many memories has been allocated out here in this example is two memories, ob1 and ob2, and accordingly the value has been stored in this way. So this is what you have to remember for the third kind of variable, which is called as instance variable. Now with the help of a full program segment, I'm going to explain the three different types of variables, okay. So program to demonstrate the mechanism of a function call. So public class function intro, name of a function is given as function intro. So public static void message1, what kind of method? Static method. System.out.println hello there. So statement is written inside this particular block, okay, method block. Now function definition 2, again another function has been definition has been written, that is public static void message to system.out.println good morning. Now again next method has been created. So that means there in a single programming we can create more number of methods, okay. Now what you can see out here is public static void main string args there in the third portion. So message 1 is written, function call 1. So here you can find message 2, function call 2. Now system.out.println back to main program after message 2. That means here different function definitions will be working in this manner. All right, and here different sort of variables will be used. Okay, and with the help of that variables only the working will be done, and this is how the output will be displayed. I am just showing the example. Okay, so this is how the output will be shown. So here with the help of this one, the first method what has been printed is system.out.println hello there. So here what you can find is hello there written. Okay, with the help of the second function definition, what is written? Good morning. So here what you can find is good morning. After message 1, message 2 will be displaying this one, and after that the third method has been written out here: public static void main string args system.out.println in the main program. So here what you can find is back to main program after message 2 is written with the help of this one, message 2 system.out.println back to main program after message 2. So after message 2 this statement will be printed, and with the help of the last statement, two statement has been defined. Last statement goodbye is written. So this is how the answer has to be displayed. So this is just an example, a program demonstration to show the use of different function definition. That means accordingly there in the Java programming, in the similar manner the variables also will be working, and with the help of those variables, okay, different kinds of variables, the output will be displayed in this manner there in the computer screen. Okay, now here I'll be showing. Now here public class local var. Okay, so here we'll be learning about the use of different variables. Okay, the name of the class is local var. Public void find product. So here the method used is public void find product, and there are different variables that are used like int a equals to 10, b equals to 25. So this is considered as local variable defined inside the method. Now similarly, after closing the curly braces, another method has been used, that is static method, public static void main. Now here also you can find a variable, similar kind of variable but storing different values. A equals to 55, b equals to 75. This is called as local variable of main function. So this is considered as main method. This is the method only, method definition only. Okay, and here in this particular portion only what you can find is local var class name, new object has been allocated, and new local var. This with the help of the object creation statement, the object has been allocated and the values will be stored here for this particular portion, and this is how the answer will be displayed. Okay, in the main process the value of a and b are 55 and 75. So 55 and 75 is the main value. After that the function find product, the value of a and b are 10, 25, the product is 250. So there in the method definition the value has been changed to a equals to 10, b equals to 25, and if the multiplication has been used, then the answer will be 250. Okay, this is how the product will be displayed. All right, so whenever this sort of program will be shown there in the programming, or whenever we are dealing with this sort of program, what we have to remember is now the class always begins with main method. We have learned those things in previous classes. So here also you can find two different segments of the program. Okay, so one is public void find product, this is only the method, and this is the main method. So here in this kind of programming, okay, the compiler starts reading the program portion, this sort of programming portion from this one. That means this is the initial portion of the programming. So after reading this portion, then the value will be passed to another part, that is this part, and there the value will be changed, and according to that value only the answer will be displayed. Okay, in this manner. So this is how we have to deal with the variables that is present here in this kind of programming. Okay, so in today's class, my dear students, we have learned about scope of variables, different types of variables, which are local variable, parameter variable, and instance variable. So kindly watch this video carefully, and if you have got any problem, then you can call me personally. So till next class, kindly revise each and everything that I have taught and dedicate more time in studies. Thank you and have a great day.